The NBA draft is on the horizon, but I am no NBA scout or even enough of a follower of college hoops to give you my personal opinion on the upcoming draft. However, I am a fan of what happens to players from the moment they're drafted into the NBA. And what I've seemed to randomly notice was how the second overall pick has not always lived up to expectations. Just based on my own stock knowledge, I could tell that it seemed like the third overall pick seemed to perform even better. This is seen in recent drafts like 2012 with second pick Michael Kidd-Gilchrist and third pick Bradley Beal, 2014 with Jabari Parker and Joel Embiid, and even in 2018 with Marvin Bagley and Luka Doncic. And of course, the most memorable version of this phenomenon was in 1984 with Sam Bowie and Michael Jordan. This is not always the case, as in 2007 with the second pick being Kevin Durant. But there is still enough proof that made me want to take a deeper look. So for this quick video, I'm going to show you some stats about the odd phenomenon that is the incompetence of the second overall pick, at least relative to its draft position. But before that, what's up guys, it's Colin here, and I want to give a quick shout out again to Kings of the Court who've been responsible for the beautiful thumbnails of the last couple of videos. For the Filipino fans out there, I suggest you check out their YouTube channel for some high quality basketball highlight reels, and for everyone, wherever you are, check out their Facebook for more basketball content. I'll leave those links down below the like button. For this analysis, I decided to look at all the second overall picks within this century, or what are the last 20 years. Obviously, these findings may change if we expand the selection, but I do believe this is a good indication of the draft picks per position and how they're affecting the NBA right now. At this point, I want to say that the second overall pick is by no means a bad one. Jason Kidd and Gary Payton are a pair of Hall of Famers drafted in this slot, and the aforementioned Durant will join them once he hangs it up. But the stats definitely back up the idea that the second overall pick hasn't performed up to the standards of this selection. I took two key stats: total win shares and average win shares per 48 of the last 20 second overall picks. Then I got the same stats for the first, third, fourth, and fifth picks. For those who aren't familiar, a win share, according to Basketball Reference, is a player statistic which attempts to divide up credit for a team's success to the individuals on the team. Because win shares is a raw number, win shares per 48 calculates that same impact in a one-game span. There's a reason why Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who is the all-time leader in minutes played, is also the all-time leader in win shares. On the other hand, Michael Jordan is the all-time leader in win shares per 48. You can see that of the top 5 draft positions, the second overall pick has the lowest total win shares of the last 20 years. The second pick does perform a bit better in win shares per 48, but is still behind both the first and third overall pick. Regular win shares could be skewed by injuries like that of 2002 second pick Jay Williams, or also because some of the standout younger players like Ja Morant and Brandon Ingram have played significantly less games than the older players. But still, those same problems could exist for any draft position. In my opinion, those points only add to this phenomenon. Now take a closer look at the differences. In terms of total win shares, the first pick has 350.4 more total win shares in the last 20 years than the second pick. And the third pick actually has 276.1 more win shares than its predecessor. To give perspective to how massive that gap is, Pau Gasol and Carmelo Anthony have the most win shares of all third overall picks, combining for 246.4, which means that if you remove both of them, the number 3 pick would still have more total win shares than the number 2 overall pick. Now, if analytics aren't your cup of tea, then here's a table of the number of All-Stars and All-NBA players of each pick over the last 20 years. Take note that this counts just one per player, no matter how many All-Star games they've made. The second pick has significantly less All-Stars and All-NBA players compared to both the first and third picks, and is barely ahead of the fourth and fifth pick. And it's worth noting that out of the 6 second pick All-Stars, 3 of them are only one-time All-Stars as of today. Now, you might be thinking, Colin, we're talking about 1, 2, or 3 pick position differences. Now, I understand that. But for teams who spend millions of dollars on scouting, Is it not odd that they seem to get it wrong at the near top of the draft so many times? I mean, just look at this table comparing the year-by-year second and third picks. I didn't use any more stats for this and simply my opinion to choose which player I would take every year. You can pause the video and try this one yourself and tell me how many of each pick you would choose. I had 11 of the last 20 third picks as the clear-cut better option to draft. Only 5 times did I choose the second pick outright, and the other 4 were either coin flips or the jury is still out. So yeah, that's my proof of the very odd phenomenon of underperforming second picks. Based on these stats, it seems like second picks are performing the same way that fourth or even fifth picks perform. Why this is the case is still a huge mystery to me, but if you have any assumptions, I'd love to hear it in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like videos similar to this, please do give this a like and subscribe for more NBA content. I'll catch you guys in the next one.